Welcome everyone to day 18. No matter if the comedians wake up or not, you guys are always on time. That's the most amazing part. So big shout out to all of you out there. Thank you so much for being on time. It's the 18th day of chess improvement, and we're going to take it up a notch today. Really up a notch. So first of all, a big shout out to Keith Mascarenas. It's become a habit to get his super chat. It's like, oh, where is Keith? His super chat came now. We should begin the show. So thank you so much. And we add to the list Casey, who's also contributed with a super chat with a good morning to Sagar and team. Welcome to all of you. Everyone's saying Chintu ka birthday OP. Yes, today is the release of Chintu ka birthday, produced by Tanmay Bhatt. I think we're going to all watch it today on Z5. All those who have subscribed to it, all those who haven't can do so. So, guys, can you hear me well? If you can, just let me know in the chat so that I know there are no technical problems. I have confirmation from Biswa and Vaibhav that they are coming. Samay slept late. He slept at 4 o'clock. In fact, he wrote to me at 12 in the night saying, today I'm going to sleep. I'm waking up tomorrow. And I said, wow, that's amazing. Also, he did a fantastic job yesterday raising funds for West Bengal, organizing this tournament. It's going on for 3 days. So, very impressive what he did. And I thought it was the right day to sleep. I've done good work. Just sleep well. But turns out I got a message at 4 saying that he is not. He's now sleeping, so won't be able to do it. But I think there's a very interesting match that is planned maybe day after tomorrow. More about that later. For right now, let's begin something. How about playing one game before they arrive, before Vaibhav, and I just need to check. Already Vaibhav is here, so no need for me to play a game. I need Vaibhav here. Let's see if Vaibhav's audio is going to come out fine today. No technical glitches.
Hey Sagar, good morning.
Hi Vaibhav, you seem to have done a haircut.
Oh yeah, my wife did that for me.
Looking smart.
Yeah, I lost around 7 kgs.
Yeah, this is nice. Actually, everyone has to be self-sufficient in this lockdown. So,
I'm actually happier than a professional haircut. Like this makes me feel better, I feel.
yeah. Looking
It's done a
really
pretty
good.
decent job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Kudos to your wife for doing
Yeah, man.
this.
Yeah, man.
So,
It took like 2 hours, but yeah, we got there.
right. So we have today Biswa and you,
Nice.
who are there. Samay is sleeping because he is tired after his match
Mm,
yesterday. I mean
yeah.
the tournament. I think you were commentating over there. Yes.
I was there for about an hour, from 8 to 9. Yeah.
How was it?
It was pretty nice. I mean, obviously, शुरू में 25 मैचेस चल रहे हैं, so then I later figured out कि okay मेरे को क्या करना है because I can't see 25 मैचेस all the time. समय बोला 457 जो रैंक है मैच, मैं उसमें स्क्रॉल कर रहा हूँ, वो बफर हो रहा है कि 457 आने में, तब तक तो वो दूसरे में पहुंच गया था, मैं 400 तक पहुंचा, तब तक वो दूसरे मैच में पहुंच गया. So I was like, now I'm just gonna watch the few, but I think there was some nice matches going on. जो like top 4 के matches चल रहे थे, they were decent matches. I felt like that is how I play also. एक आध error होता है, but there are some decent moves also. But I feel like I'm really looking forward. आज का जो top games होगा, I think that मतलब आज 14-15, so I have a feeling even on a good day I might, on my one of my better days, I think I might perform at 400 1400 because average में 10 11 हजार 1100 1200 टाइप्स रहता होगा मेरे ख्याल. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to look at that.
Yes, and maybe you could even participate today, no?
I can, but I don't know why. But I'm not thinking about participating because somehow I feel like, ये subscribers chess है, इनको करने दो, कोई बात नहीं.
हाँ बराबर है,
I don't
correct.
mind actually doing it,
I mean, it would be
but
a good test of what you are
yeah,
learning if you can apply in the pressure, because playing here with nothing at stake and playing there
yeah.
with, say, I don't know if it's elimination or points.
मैं सच बताऊं, ये मेरे को ज्यादा प्रेशर लगता है. वहां मैं ज्यादा कम प्रेशर के साथ खेलूंगा. यहाँ पे मेरे को सीखना है और गलती नहीं करनी है, बिकॉज आई एम लर्निंग. इट्स लाइक माय टीचर इज देयर एंड आई हैव टू राइट द आंसर. वो वाला चीज है.
Okay.
ओवर देयर तो आई जस्ट लाइक, हाँ मजे के लिए खेल रहे हैं तो खेल. आई एक्चुअली थिंकिंग व्हाई नॉट. I might play today actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll do
yeah.
that.
I think if you're going to commentate anyway, then you can play. And, after you play, you can come to the commentary and share your experience as a player. That could be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, totally. I
Okay.
think I'll do that. Yeah,
So that means that today's session is very important for you, because if you're going to play, you have to be in the best form. So we
I
should
hope so.
begin with tactic sprint, I think, because especially I want you to do
You
it.
need that. Yeah,
And I must thank Ramandeep Makhija, who says, "Good work, Sagar and team." Hemant Kamant, who says, "I would like to play with you." Hemant, today I won't play. I wanted to play a game, but that's only because sometimes Vaibhav, Biswa, they arrive a bit late, and then I would like to just have a game with you guys. But now that Vaibhav is here, we should begin. By the way, Vaibhav, I think what Samay said is that there's going to be a very big match happening in 2 days with
yeah.
all of you. So basically, we have 2 days to actually learn a lot of things now. I was thinking we have several days, but I need to teach you a lot in the next 2 days. So today's session would be
Okay.
quite heavy in that respect.
Yep.
Shout out to Vishnu Sukumaran, who says Samay lost to Tanmay yesterday. Are you aware of this?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, that's
Really?
that's news. Yeah, because Samay losing to Tanmay is like me losing to Samay. Uh,
Not really. मतलब समय अक्सर हार सकता है उससे.
no, but Tanmay is not
Yeah,
not
I know, I know,
very strong as such.
I know,
Like
I
he's
know.
still learning, but I know that. Yeah, it's surprising. I think we
Yeah,
should have a
100%.
look at that game later at some point.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's actually worth looking because I'm sure if Tanmay made some really good moves also, and Samay must have made some really silly mistakes also.
Yeah, if someone can just have that game, maybe the link of the game can find, then can put it in the chat. We can have a look. Viraj Pandit says, my rating is below 1400, but yesterday I defeated 2200 as well. Should I play today? Of course, Viraj, if your rating is below 1400, today is your category. Go and play. That would be really cool. I'll share my screen with you, Vaibhav, so you can have a
Yeah.
look at it.
Okay.
And before Biswa comes, I think this would be nice. Here's your time running down. Let's go. Let's go fast.
Okay. Queen A2 checkmate.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's go.
Queen H2 H7 checkmate.
Yes, let's get the notation right.
Yeah. Oh, wiped out. Oh, okay, yeah.
Black to play.
Queen E1 checkmate.
Yeah. Faster. White to move.
Queen C8 checkmate.
Fantastic. Take.
Capture, yeah.
Okay.
Rook F8 checkmate.
Fantastic. Next one.
Queen F2 checkmate.
Tremendous. Not checkmate, but
Yeah, capture. And then sorry, G2, Queen G2.
yeah.
Queen G2 checkmate.
Yes.
Queen G2 checkmate again.
This one is a bit tricky.
Okay. Knight to C5.
Very good.
And then Rook D8.
Guys, this is
Queen F7.
mainly for your training of your speed. Okay, Biswa is here. Biswa can have a look. White to move. Come on.
B5 and then rook captures on A7.
Biswa, good morning. Today we are doing tactic sprint with Vaibhav, so he's in full speed mode. Black to move. Mohammed Umair says the match is there on Vidit's stream yesterday.
Oh,
Okay.
Queen C3.
Perfect. Let's go.
Queen captures rook on D1 and then rook E1.
Fantastic. Let's go. White to move.
Yeah. Okay, is this direct? Okay.
Sometimes it's not like mate or you win something, but maybe a pawn up.
Okay. If knight goes there, knight to F5.
Very good. And you win a pawn at least now.
Yeah.
This one. Biswa, you are up next, so get ready.
I think E7 is winning already.
And then if he stops the pawn.
I mean,
come on. You're on the track.
king D4.
No, king D4. Okay, I'll make the move. That's a wrong move.
Sorry.
Rook D6 was right. Okay, white to move. Go on. You still have 37 seconds.
Yeah. Knight to E6.
Very good. An easy one comes
G2,
out.
G7, Queen G7. Okay.
And Vaibhav, you have run out of time. So
96.
Yeah, knight jumping in, but you can't make that move. Just 96 and take on D5.
Yeah, one of these two. Yeah.
You
Actually, I got distracted. पता नहीं यहाँ पे कोई समोसे बना रहा है कहीं तो मेरे को खुशबू आ गई. And for a second, I'm not kidding. I'm genuinely kidding. मेरे माथे में आया ये joke. Then I was like, shit, I'm so affected by it. I cannot even not just crack a joke. Like my mind is not working now. I can smell samosa.
This is like samosa wala can distract you. Then that is trouble, yeah, during a tournament.
Oh my god.
So you scored 22 points, and now it's Biswa's task to beat this score.
Just give me 1 second. I have to shut a door.
Okay. Viraj Pandit says, "Can I play against Vaibhav today?" Viraj, I will.
Sure, man.
You can send in a challenge, and if Vaibhav can pick it up, that would be great. Also, there was Kirat Jadhav who says, "Hey Sagar, I just started a petition for Samay to not stream. So can you sign it and tell everyone to do it? I'll post it in the chat." But I don't think he's stopping to stream. Is it true he's stopping to stream?
I got a message yesterday.
Joking.
Yeah, he must have just joked.
Okay. But
I got a message that he said that in yesterday with its stream, but I think he was just like.
You're just joking, guys.
I think sometimes Samay is like tired and he says things like, "Okay, I won't stream," and then next day is again, "Bhaiyo behno, I'm back again." So.
Yeah.
Bill 10, when asked to think of a beautiful girl, whom do you guys picture? I guess Sagar thinks of Amruta ma'am, but whom do others in the gang think of? Okay, this is.
I usually don't get it, so I don't know.
Vaibhav doesn't think of anyone.
I'm still lingering around. Yeah, what the move was, and I'm like, मेरे को समझ ही नहीं आ रहा.
Biswa has chosen silence over everything, so we should.
Yes.
We should go back to the next. Biswa, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. New sprint. Okay, black to move. The notation has to be right. And you have 4 minutes here, as you can see the time.
Rook to b2.
Here?
Yeah.
It's a mate in 1 with rook c5.
Oh wow. Okay. I guess I'm an idiot. Okay. This is rook to c1.
Yeah, this is the same mating pattern like yesterday. Come on, can you find it?
Rook to the f1.
Yeah. White to move. Come on. The main thing here is speed. Nothing else.
Rook to b8. Sorry, queen to b8.
Yeah. 3 points. Go on.
This is knight to f2.
Fantastic.
This is queen to 8.
Great job.
What? Okay, queen to f5.
Yes.
Queen to a7.
Very good.
This is knight to c2.
This is Biswa
Knight
mate.
to c2. This is what, black to move?
Yes, black to move.
Black to move. Mate in 1. This is queen to f6.
It's not always mate in 1. And now?
And queen to h6.
Yeah.
Rook to d8.
D8.
Sorry, rook to d1.
Okay.
D1. Queen to a1.
Yeah, good one.
Okay, pawn to g4.
Very good.
And rook to h2.
Excellent.
White to move. This is back rank with queen to d8.
Yeah.
Just take that queen to e8. Queen takes c3. Queen takes. No. Hold on. How does this mate? Okay. No, that queen is there. There is a mate case for that. Queen to b4. Wrong. Oh, रुक था यार, रुक नहीं देखा.
रुक मिस हो गया. White to move.
Queen to b7. Queen to. Oh shit. Okay. I mean, I guess there is no mate here, but we can take that bishop. So take that bishop.
Which one? Yeah, exactly.
Bishop and h7.
Should I take this? Okay. But then you would have got checkmated here.
Okay.
So Biswa, you lost all your 3 lives here. You have 3 lives. So you made 3 wrong answers. So you scored 18 points.
Okay.
I think if you could have gone more, because you were faster in general than Vaibhav, you could have scored perhaps around more than 22. But accuracy was lacking. Queen a8 was the right move with king moving up and rook b7 mate. It was mate in 2.
Got it.
So
no, I thought maybe there is no mate, so taking the bishop was a good move. But
yeah, but sometimes, so what is this entire thing about? I can explain this through one small episode in my chess career. So I was once in 2007, I think, or 6. I was staying in Kolkata for a tournament in an apartment where I shared the room with young Vidit Gujarati. He was at that point, I think we both were on the same rating level. around 2300 or 2350, both of us. But clearly he was very young, and I was like already 20, no, at that point. Okay, I was around 18 years old. He was around 14. So, I used to set up a board in my living room of the apartment to solve tactics before the game. And while I was trying to immerse myself in the position, Vidit, who was just moving around, somewhere in the room, he would come and he would glance at the position and tell me the move. And I was like, what? I'm thinking at this for like nearly 2 minutes. I'm trying to understand what's happening. And you just came and he would do this every time. And that's when I realized that actually getting your eye into the position and understanding everything that's happening, like here there's this check, rook coming in, there is a mate here, your rook could hang on b1, and seeing all of this in a flash is a sign of sort of talent in chess. You can see things very quickly, and that's what I like this exercises for. It's not tough, but it's about scanning the board very quickly, which we miss many times. We see something is hanging there or this, we miss it. So I would recommend you guys to do this more often. Try solving this thing so that you scan the position very quickly. Okay, so today, as I mentioned to Vaibhav, there's some big match coming up after 2 days. That's what Samay told me. So I have to actually make sure that you guys learn a bit more in the next 2 days. So how about getting to a game and then using that game to learn more things? Yeah, like rather than me teaching right now and then playing, let's first play and then apply it in your game.
Okay.
What is this big match in 2 days?
This is something which maybe Samay will say, but it's like
the
final I guess game of the stream or something like that.
Okay.
Hey, I sent the Tanmay versus Samay wala game on the chat.
Here on Zoom?
Zoom chat,
yeah. It's a very stupid game. I mean, Samay just keeps blundering in overconfidence.
Acha, you saw already?
Yeah, I saw on Vidit stream, Vidit analyzed.
Oh.
Okay.
It's really like, we can do this for 2 minutes and then...
Sure. So you are Samay is white. C4, C5, knight C3, knight C6, knight F3, knight F6, E6, E4. How to shut down this evaluation? Do you know? Like this question mark and all coming.
Yeah, I analysis ऊपर जो है ना report के बाजू में उसको click करोगे. And now self analysis वाले click करने से then it doesn't.
Okay, good. It's still coming.
No, now
the bar is still coming.
आएगा, but
yeah, that's enough, because this question mark and all is often sometimes like thoda evaluation changes, they give question mark, but it could be a decent move. Okay, takes knight blunder by Tanmay, so already Samay is winning.
Yeah, you see this game coming in.
Okay. He got 2 pawns. That's not. He gave another pawn. Check. Oh, this is similar to yesterday's game, right? Queen a4 check, and we discussed b5.
Oh
and he okay, but he has to come back now to d1, e5, bg3.
Samay go the piece up, then rook up, and then lose it.
Check. Bishop h5. Oh, he blundered a rook there. Oh my god.
No, Tanmay blundered the rook.
Yeah, exactly. So he's now piece up, rook up.
And now Samay apparently wanted to do a smothered mate, okay? And see what happened.
f5.
Samay just wanted a smothered mate.
That's a nice move, c4, freeing up this square for the bishop. Takes. Check. Oh, he blundered a queen. He could have just moved his knight or maybe to d4 and
let's see if Tanmay took it.
yeah, he took it. I would have loved to see how Tanmay laughed here, because that would have been a big laugh.
I'm like dying to see the stream. Like I want to see. ये क्या Tanmay के stream पे खेलेंगे उन लोग?
नहीं off stream.
अच्छा off stream.
Off stream. फिर विदित के stream पे analyze किया.
Takes.
यही है हमारा जिंदगी. सारे एक ही चैनल बना लो ना यार, काहे ऐसे चार चैनल में घूम रहे हो सारे?
हाँ, फालतू में इधर उधर का बात सुनने मिल रहा है ऐसे.
एक ही चैनल 24 घंटे चल रहा है, जिसको आना है आओ, जिसको नहीं आना नहीं आओ ना.
Hey,
This is
it's a good
also.
idea. It's like a chess TV. You know, there are different shows coming at all times. This is something which people used to tell me. Why don't you start chess TV? I said it's too difficult. There are not enough people who can stream. But now chess TV looks possible with its show, Tanmay show,
Yeah.
Samay show. C3, knight d4, h5, knight b5, c2.
Now Tanmay has an extra queen.
He checked. He thought he'll win a queen, but he lost the bishop with a check, and then he lost the rook also. Okay, fine. That was not a great inspiring game to begin the day with, but it's good that this game is becoming popular, because you know the game I lost to Samay. After that, the way he popularized that game was very nice. So okay, so whom shall we begin with? Who would like to go first?
I think Vaibhav wants a tactic round, so he should go first.
Okay.
Okay.
And guys, please come to the room over there.
Yeah, I'm already there. One sec.
Aditya Patankar says, please give a shout out to my chess guru Ramandeep. Ramandeep ji, a big shout out for creating chess lovers like Aditya. Vishnu Sukumar says, quitting after comedians on board to focus on comedy. Okay.
Acha, should I just play whoever the first person was to send a super chat to you? That can I play wala? कौन एक बंदा था ना आप बोले थे?
Yeah.
Viral Pandit, was it? Viraj Pandit?
Yes, maybe. Is he there?
Yeah, he's there, but like, is that the name? Because I would rather play someone just super chat bheja. I mean, it's
I think,
kind of...
yeah, I think Viraj was the one, if I'm
Okay,
not
so I'll
mistaken.
just accept Viraj Pandit's
Yeah,
invitation. Accept के नहीं हो रहा है, double click करना होगा ना
हाँ,
accept
double
के लिए.
click. Maybe if he's not online, then it won't get accepted.
Oh, invitations. I think ये रहा Viraj Pandit आ गया. Yeah, got it.
Okay, let's follow. Biswa, would you like to follow on screen share, or would you like to follow
Screen
on...
share is better.
Okay.
Because you'll do analysis also, I'll be able to see.
Yeah. So, Vaibhav, you can remove your earphones so that we can analyze the game.
Yeah.
Okay, let me log in. Why another? Okay. Anyway. Playchess. I need to log in. Okay, going to the club rooms, comedians, and players. Vaibhav is playing here, and let's have a look at what's happening. It's a French defense. So just to see the moves, what happened: e4, e6.
Wow, nice.
And Biswa likes to play e5 here, but Vaibhav went knight to c3 in this position. Knight f6, e5, knight d7, f4. This is one of the main lines in the French. It's the classical variation. c5, hitting the center. Very good move by black. Biswa, what would you do here with white?
I think knight to f6 is... I don't know what this position is. Knight to f3 is a good idea.
Yeah, knight f3 is the main move in this position. Would have been a good move here. But he went bishop e3, cd.
This is a problematic move for some reason.
Which one?
This bishop e3 gets into some trouble later. I forget why. But I have played it and I get into trouble for
like
some
maybe
reason.
The queen comes to b6 and then pressures this pawn here, perhaps.
Yeah. Basically that.
Okay. So Vaibhav actually took, then knight c6. Now this is the problem. Like you don't want to part with that bishop, so you have to move. But if you had a knight like here and here, you wouldn't have any issues. So bishop
Yeah.
f2, bishop b4, queen d2 is decent. Just have to be careful.
Why is castling queen side over?
Yeah, perhaps.
Looks like it.
But it looks like black is getting a lot of counterplay here. What do you think, Biswa? What's your evaluation of this position? What's happening?
I think about equal because nothing much has happened. But his bishop is pinning that knight. So, and now Vaibhav Bishop is pinning his knight.
Oops, sorry.
Vaibhav has a little bit more center advantage, but black has more development, I would say.
Yeah.
So not more development, the pieces are more active. So I think about equal.
Okay. Yeah, this is roundabout even, but I already start getting a feeling that why.
How wrong am I?
Sorry. No, you are right in a way that this is looks around equal, but I feel black is more comfortable somehow in this position. Because you wasted moves like bishop e3, then you took on d4, then you came back on f2, while black was more like developing all this while. So your king is still in the center, black has castled. If black can do something now, could be interesting.
I think black can. What can he do?
I mean, you should always keep an idea, a threat like d4, but Vaibhav has nicely kept control on that square. And also, I liked his move bishop b5. I mean, we have to analyze it more carefully, but he had a threat like knight a4, putting more pressure on the pinned piece. So bishop b5 sort of stopped that, and now I think last move was a6. Yeah.
If he takes knight on c3, then the queen has to move. Then if he pushes that pawn, then he has Vaibhav has three defenders for that square. Okay, and he has only one queen. Okay. But something is there in that idea.
I think this last move, castles, was just very quickly played by Vaibhav, and he missed this move. I think knight c4 is quite an irritating move now. b2 pawn is hanging, queen is attacked. Where to go?
In queen c1 is the only move.
Yeah, sort of only move, and then he blundered.
Okay, he lost the pawn.
Okay, this is not good. I think such.
If he loses the pawn, that knight, yeah.
How would you say such errors should be stopped? Like the point is, this is very basic because it's like a pawn was hanging and you did not defend it. How can that be stopped?
I think when you're on the board, just your brain just. I think maybe play slower time control. Yesterday I thought about it. I'm like, I'm not following the method you're telling me when I'm playing very fast controls. I'm just playing by instinct. Like whatever move comes to mind, I'm just checking if it's okay and I'm playing it.
Yeah.
But if slower time controls, I'm much more accurate. So I think it's like first I have to develop my instinct with slower time controls, and all the stupid patterns I have to see. And only then, maybe for 6 months, just play 15 like rapid, not blitz, and then come to blitz.
Okay, that's a good advice by Biswa. I also agree with it, that try to go for slower time controls first. If you can develop your thinking first, then you can apply it in shorter time controls. But if you always keep playing 5-minute games, 3-minute games, then actually there is no chance for you to think well. And now I think Vaibhav is under big pressure. Viraj Pandit has played pretty decently in this game.
I think bishop to d4 is a move.
And then what would black play after bishop d4?
He'll push that pawn.
Yes, exactly.
c5.
c5, and it's just done. But okay, let's calculate. c5, is there any defense now for white? He's already under pressure, but
A3.
Yes, that's good. Good. That's the only move to calculate. Otherwise, you're losing a piece. A3, then.
A3. If he takes, you take, and queen takes pawn.
No, takes. I don't understand. Too many takes. So the notation A3.
If okay, if a pawn takes on b4.
No, A3 is played now.
Sorry.
Black plays.
Sorry. If c takes on d4,
Yeah.
then a takes on b4.
Yeah.
Then queen takes on b4, and black is better. Yeah, black is better if the exchanges happen.
But when you take queen takes b4, like say ab4, now cd4, ab4,
Yeah,
queen b4,
yeah.
then actually white can try to save his piece right now. Like queen d4, you said, right? Queen into d4,
Yeah.
and you break the pin. So let's try to win a piece for black here.
Okay. Going on the same line. Okay. Queen. Okay. C takes on d4.
Yeah.
A takes on b4.
Yeah.
Queen takes on b4.
Yeah.
Rook to b1.
No, rook to b. I
Pinning
mean,
the
just
knight.
queen d4 is saving for white. After queen takes b4, queen into d4, and both sides have two pieces. Okay. Oh, this is not a good move.
It's threatening the queen.
Yes, but white can just. Can you see what white can do here? Yeah, just take the bishop, attacks the queen, and okay, maybe the idea for black was now.
In a rook also.
Yes, queen into a1, and now that's turning out into a tactical feast. Rook into a1 is kind of forced now. I think no the move, and then he takes knight takes queen. But somehow I get a feeling that white is okay, because after knight takes queen, bishop takes knight takes d2, bishop into c5, knight into f3, g into f3. You are exchanged down, but can you see what's happening in the position there? Why do you think now maybe Vaibhav should be very careful and take the pawn on c5, not the knight on d2, because that bishop is more important. Okay, this is still. How do you feel about this position, Biswa?
I think white is very bad here.
Okay.
Because his pieces are like his knights are in the 7th rank. They can't do much.
But they are coming
king
in.
Is exposed.
They are coming in. Like now the knight is on d4, can't be moved. The other knight can go from b3 and sit on c5. So it's like, there's this thing called when your opponent has a bishop of one color, you start playing on the other complex. Like put everything on dark squares, and then this bishop starts to feel like, array, what should I do? Yeah, rook c1 is passive. I don't know why Vaibhav is playing so fast. Like he still has 3 minutes 42 seconds.
Because of tactics practice.
Because of.
If you just do very fast tactics practice, then.
Yeah, that's the thing about chess. You try to fix one thing and you then kind of spoil the other thing. It's never easy to fix everything, but
yeah,
it's step
it's
by
the problem
step.
with life also.
Yeah, agreed. Oh, that's a blunder. That's a piece blunder. Now Vaibhav is winning. He just missed. Oh, what?
Vaibhav.
What? Wait. I could see Vaibhav's biggest expression. Oh, what? He blundered a rook now. Oh, something is gone wrong. I don't know what. He just got so upset.
I don't know why he's still playing.
Usually he doesn't get upset.
Yeah. But today is something. Okay. Happens.
I would like to play with Biswa Love from Cali. Hemant Kamath. Okay? Please play against
try and play
me. Ashish Prasad. Okay, so you have options, Biswa. You have Ashish Prasad. You have Hemant Kamath. You can choose whenever your game begins.
Ask them their rating. No, accordingly I'll play. I'll play the highest rated player and lose.
Okay, so who is higher, Ashish or Hemant? You can let us know your rating, and then Biswa wants to play the strongest today.
Yes.
Usually it would be like who is the weakest, I want to beat them, but that's not the right approach. The right approach is always to play stronger players. And
You know, one advantage of playing stronger players is, like I played B stats that day and he beat me very easily, right? But then I took that idea that he used on me, and then I've been using it against other opponents. I've been winning a lot.
that
The same pinning the knight, and then
Bishop G5, and that was a great game. Like
yeah,
he also sacrificed
yeah,
rook into B2, and yeah,
yeah.
nice game. By the way, Vaibhav is here. He resigned. Yeah, I think Vaibhav resignation was appropriate here because nothing much to play for. But what happened? Why did you not take the piece on C2?
On C2.
Here, when he took, why didn't you just capture it? Like, just
Oh,
take it, just take it.
I didn't realize I could take with the knight. I thought like I missed that pawn and then I made that error and I was like, just gone.
Yeah, today somehow you were not like, okay, fine, ये mistake हो गया, let's fight back. It was more like, छोड़ो यार, क्या ये, अरे रुक गया. And
Like
I mean, how?
दो तीन mistake back to back हो गए and then I was just like, man, I'm not going this. मतलब एक गलती होती है, दो गलती होती है, and I can play. This was just series of mistakes.
Samosa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Samosa destroyed Vaibhav.
Samosa, and also according to Biswa, tactics sprint made you play a little faster. Is it true? Like you started playing fast because of that?
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not very sure about that though.
Okay, try to keep both the things separate. Like you learn how to think fast, but when you're playing, don't go too super quick. Yeah, like.
True.
Okay, let's look at the game. Here we have a board. Let's open a chess board on ChessBase, and I'll put the.
But the opponent was playing very well.
Yeah,
really well.
A big.
I like his. Yeah, he made good moves. He did not make errors as such.
Yeah, and nice tactical ideas also. Like we didn't see it what he was playing.
Okay.
I mean, if you're outside the board, you generally see it, right? But
yeah,
we didn't see some of the ideas.
Okay, guys, this is going to be a little bit instructive game analysis also, and I want you to think slightly differently. So I know, Vaibhav, you lost the game, you're a little bit upset, but let's use this to learn something more, like something different, okay? So until now, we have been focusing a lot on tactics and candidate moves, okay? And this has been our bread and butter, like tactics kuch mar raha hai, something is hanging, something is going, and focus, what's LPD or loose pieces drop off, we have learned that. And also to find candidate moves, you are like, what's checks, captures and threats, these are the things that you have been using constantly. But when it comes to strategy in chess, things become a little bit more complex, because the question is, how do you decide when there is no check, no capture, no threat? Like often in a game, there are a lot of things happening. So for that, I wanted you guys to look at this approach. Maybe it's something which has to be used over a period of time. Like the day when we started checks, captures and threats on the first day, it didn't strike immediately, but I think now you've become more comfortable with the idea of it. So the same thing, I have prepared something here which is known as imbalances. I think the viewers can see this. It's known as the list of imbalances here, and it's something that I learned from a great author called Jeremy Silman, who lives in the US. He's written a book called Reassess Your Chess, and I read it in 2006 or 7, and it has been something that I used for my thinking process, and then I kind of unlearned it. Like I used it so many times that it became a part of me, and then I made my own tweaks, and then these are the things that I feel are the most important in a position. Whenever you have to think what's happening or evaluate a position, you evaluate them on these 8 parameters.
Okay.
So somehow you should try and remember these 8 parameters, which is minor piece, pawn structure, space, material, control of an open file or a weak square, lead in development, initiative, and king safety. If you look at it carefully, the first 5 that are mentioned are static in nature. Like if you become a piece up, it's for a long term. If you have more space, it's for long term. If you have a better pawn structure, it's long term for many moves. Superior minor piece, like you have a bishop against a knight, or sometimes a knight is very strong, it's also a long term thing. But when you come to point 6, lead in development, this is short term. Like if you don't do it now, then it goes away. Point 7 is initiative, which is like now you are threatening one move after the other, one move. Then it's basically called initiative. It also goes away if you don't take care. And the last point is the most important. All the other points become less important if the king is not safe, because like you can be a piece up, you can have better pawn structure, but if your king is getting under attack, doesn't matter. So this is something which we will use when we analyze this game over here.
Okay.
So let's try to get into it. E4, E6, D4, D5. This is French. Knight F6. Knight C3 is a good move. E5 is again a nice move. Another possibility is to pin this knight with bishop G5. This is the other main line in this position. And then black usually plays bishop E7, E5, knight D7, and you take this bishop, and it is like the same position without these 2 bishops. And you can ask yourself who gained more here.
White gained more space.
Sort of, white already gained space, but white can argue saying my bishop was the same color as these pawns, while black's bishop was a better bishop. So I exchanged them and I got something additional, because the remaining bishop is better than this guy. But it has its own drawbacks. Like without this bishop, sometimes these squares also become weak. So it's a big theory there. But you played E5. That's nice. Knight D7. F4, very good. Did you know this already?
No, I didn't. I just instinctively did
This is
it.
a very good move. This is the main line. In fact, if you see reference here, I can just show you. There are more than 21,000 games that have been played with F4. So you played.
This is a standard. This is a standard opening. Jahan tak?
No, it goes on till many moves.
It's just book theory.
Book theory, yeah. So C5 was good move by Viraj, and now you played bishop E3. Could you recommend a better move than this?
I think if I go bishop B5 and just capture his knight, then I have this pawn to capture after that.
Sorry, which one?
I mean, you can get a pawn. If I go bishop B5.
Yeah.
And then he might just push a pawn, but I mean basically that if I capture the knight, he has to capture it back, and then I win this pawn, but he might just push the pawn right.
But you can't win this pawn because this bishop always defends it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. So.
But also, like Sagar told me when I played the French, this bishop is very good and don't exchange it.
Yes.
Because it's in the opposite color of your pawns.
Move here.
It's like imagine that I'm just making few random moves like knight here, bishop here, just this, and castles and castle. You will see that this bishop is a very important ingredient to attack. If you have just played, imagine this way, like you go bishop b5, you castle, and you take here, bishop takes and castle. Suddenly you see this king is very safe. No one can go and sort of soften him up. There is no person. So you need to keep this guy
Yeah.
to have chances of attack.
This I just have a question. A lot of times I've seen in a very similar position, you've suggested D3, bishop D3.
Yeah,
In those cases, if black pushes the pawn
yeah,
C4,
yeah.
then what?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, let's imagine something like here. Maybe this is not the right moment. I would like to take and then play. But even if, let's say, I do this and comes here, then this you go back. And the question is, hey, what did I gain because I lost a move? I played my bishop here and then I came back. I also allowed black to move ahead with tempo. But there's
We
something
weakened it.
that black lost here. What is it?
We weakened it,
Tension.
like we yeah, but like we can just push B3 and then everything's solved. That's
Maybe not even b3. The point is white has the space in the center, and black's only way of creating some play was to attack the center, and this pawn on c5 was an important ingredient to attack this pawn. But when you push it, you're giving up the tension in the position entirely, and that becomes really very much in white's favor, because white can go f5, and earlier this pawn would become weak, but now that you have let this pawn move ahead, it's like white can attack with a free hand. So you rightly pointed out c4 has its own advantages for black but also disadvantages.
okay.
Okay, so Vaibhav, I would say knight f3 was better, because always, this knight has no better square than f3, while this bishop could have a better square. And also, after
Right.
take, knight c6, you are not forced to move the knight. Even if he
Right,
takes, you are
yeah.
happy.
Now I can develop the bishop
Exactly.
pointed at the knight. Yeah,
If you look at this, I think this is one of the
yeah.
main lines. More than 3,700 games. So sometimes logical moves are main line theory. I mean, most of the times. So bishop e3, take on d4, bishop d4, now knight c6. And maybe it was a good idea to let him take the bishop, just play knight f3. Okay, I know that you don't want to part away with that bishop. It's a nice piece. But moving
But
it,
I'm behind. Yeah,
yeah.
moving it behind मतलब वो टेम्पो मिल रहा है, डेवलपमेंट पीछे हो रहा है, काफी कुछ चला रहा है.
Yeah, and I think bishop b4 is an interesting move. Okay, and now what should white play here?
I think if मतलब मेरे तो instinctively I want to kick back the bishop.
Like a3?
Yeah, A3, and then if he captures, I just capture it
Okay.
back.
Biswa, how do you assess this position?
Black is better because white has double pawns. Black is ready to castle. White has those two center pawns, but looks like they can be taken in a little while. Yeah,
So
that's my.
whenever people ask you how is the position, let's do our imbalance list. Number 1,
Yeah, let's do it.
minor pieces. Number 2
Okay.
is, do you remember number 2?
Number 2 is pawn structure.
Very good. Pawn structure. Number 3.
King safety is number 8.
Material.
Material.
Development.
Yeah, material.
Material.
4th is space. 5th is control of an open file or a key square. 6th is development. 7th is initiative. And last is king safety. Okay. So now these are the parameters on which you need to assess this position. Okay, let's do it. It's like many people ask me, oh my god, should we do this on every move? This is going to take away all my time. How will I have so much time? But you need to make a start. It'll get easier.
Superior minor pieces, wherever has superior minor pieces, but they're not developed. So I don't know how to. Like that guy has 2 knights, 1 bishop. 2 knights are developed, 1 bishop is not developed. Wherever has 2 bishops and 1 knight, but whereas 1 bishop is not developed, although it has a very good diagonal.
So you can say that this bishop on d3 is a superior piece and if it gets to d3, it will be very powerful, looking in both directions, and very
Yeah.
nice piece. And you can develop knight f3. And
So
also white has
Vaibhav has,
bishop pair. This is something which shouldn't be taken lightly, because bishop pair constitutes an advantage in chess.
so in superior minor piece category, I think Vaibhav wins.
Yeah,
Then pawn structure Vaibhav loses.
yeah, exactly. Pawn structure is just horror. I mean, I don't know. Aesthetically, how do you feel when you see doubled pawns? Because I used to feel this is so ugly. These two pawns can never defend each other. The a3 pawn is isolated. But then I met a grandmaster who said, to whom I was interviewing, and I said, "Hey, look, you have doubled isolated pawns. Don't they look ugly?" And he said, "They are so beautiful. These pawns." So I understood it was like a perception. He just liked that position very much with double pawns. So what's your feeling when you see double pawns?
मतलब मेरे को ऐसे मतलब बहुत इशू नहीं होता है इफ आई फील लाइक जैसे अभी मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है आई जस्ट पुश वन पॉन इफ ही कैप्चर्स माय बिशप इज डेवलप्ड
Yes.
if he does not if he does till he pushes it I'm not gonna push it because his knight is already blocked. वो जब तक अपना दूसरा नाइट नहीं लाएगा तब तक कुछ होता नहीं है. वो काफी क्रैम्प्ड अप है इस पोजीशन में ऑलरेडी. लाइक his knight is there but where do the knights go? There are no squares for the knight as such.
Yeah.
2 स्टेप लगेगा उसको अपना d7 नाइट निकालने में.
Yeah,
मेरे
so the basic point you're saying is, if they are doubled pawns, you are not really perturbed by it. You are more like, अरे ठीक है, मैं इसको अनडबल कर दूंगा, नहीं तो मेरे को एक ओपन फाइल मिल जाएगा. Like, oops, not like that, but like this.
Double pawns are like small bishop pair.
Double pawns are
A
like
tiny bishop pair.
tiny because they
Tiny bishop
control different color squares. Yeah, like this.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a new way. I never thought of it this way. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Also, one question is, if you have a bishop pair, would you like to keep the position closed or open?
I would keep the position open as much as possible.
Why?
Because
Yeah.
like I said, the number of pieces more open the board, the more bishops can control.
Very good. Excellent. And agreed, Biswa, I think you also.
Yeah, fully agree.
I think c4 would be in white's favor, whenever that happens, because it opens up the position further. Good. So that means minor pieces, you have very good minor pieces. Pawn structure, you are a little worse, or I would say quite substantially worse, because these are doubled isolated pawns on a semi-open file. If there was a pawn here, let's say like this, then these could have been less weak. But
Okay.
Bishop moves, rook comes here, and then they start attacking. Then the third one is material. Materially, what is happening? Material is just
Equal.
the wood in the game, like how many pieces both sides have.
I think it's equal.
Yes,
Equalish.
yes, it's
Yeah.
equal. What about space?
White has space is equal, I would say, because it's that open area belongs to nobody in the queen side.
You mean
So-
this area, like this way?
Yeah, till the fourth rank. That you could say belongs to black or white because both are trying to control it.
Okay.
On the king side, we have space, but it's actually not. I don't think we control that space. So I think equal space is equal for both parties, right?
I think white has a little more space because I mean जैसे basically उसका bishop जैसे कोई square नहीं जा रहा है, उसके knight को भी एक दो square है, but the pieces of white have more squares to them. I feel like in general they have more space.
Yes. Can you explain why
compared to
white
the-
has more space here?
Yeah, so like compared to black, his bishop is controlling no
That
squares.
is because of
His knight.
space. You are saying, like, because of space, these pieces have no. But why is white having more space? What is the reason? What is that
I feel-
element?
Got it.
Is it that
Why
these
was it?
these pieces are controlling more squares?
No? There's one element in
I
white's
think that-
position which gives him
Isn't that
space.
E5 pawn?
Yes, exactly. This is
That
the
E5
guy.
pawn.
This is the guy which gives white more space, like supported by this guy. It cramps black completely. Like if suppose, imagine black plays this move and you take, Suddenly it's opened up. Now you can say
Yeah.
space, white no longer has space edge so much. But with the pawn on e5, it's like white has space. So what is the, every imbalance has a rule attached to it, or you can say a way of playing. If you have more space, exchange pieces or do not exchange pieces. What do you find more logical?
You
Do
have
not
more
exchange.
space.
Why do not
Uh,
exchange?
I just know this rule because if you exchange, if you have more space, then your pieces can move around more. Black has no space, his pieces can't move around. But if you exchange the pieces, then his pieces will start moving around.
Fantastic, very good. It's like one grandmaster Jesse Cry, whom I respect a lot. He used to say, uh, when you have less space, you must send your children to school. It's like a house filled with many kids. No one has space, small house, and then they all go to school, and suddenly the house starts becoming bigger. So imagine this same position, and we do it this way. Let's remove this. You will see that black is extremely comfortable. Black is like, अरे space का क्या problem ही नहीं है. I will put my rook here, I will put my queen here. So basically having less space means you is less because you have more pieces to manage.
Good.
Okay. So coming back here to this position after takes, space white has more, and usually space can be an advantage as well as a disadvantage. I would say here it's more of an advantage. Fifth point is control of an open file or a key square. What are the open files here?
B and B is
C,
both are
C,
semi-open. B, oh
C.
sorry, D is fully open. No, all are semi-open. B, C, D are all semi-open.
Do you know the difference between open files and semi-open files?
If there is one opponent, one side's pawn, then it's semi-open, and if there is no pawn, then it's open.
Yes, fantastic. So if suppose this pawn was not there, then B file would be completely open file. Now it's semi-open for white. C file is semi-open for black. D file is semi-open for white. Okay, so white has two semi-open files. So actually, if you have two rooks, it always makes sense to put him on B1 and the other rook on D1 most of the times. Not like always, because they are semi-open files. It's easier to. Here, no one controls the open file yet, but you get an idea. Okay, C file is open, I must get my rook here. B file is open, I must get my rook here. Something like this.
Yeah.
Let's go to the sixth point, development. Now we are coming to more like dynamic advantages rather than static. When it's static, you say space है बहुत देर तक रहेगा, दो bishop है वो भी बहुत देर तक unless you exchange it. You talk about material, that's also a long term thing. But when you come to development, it's like now who is on this move. You can also ask, अरे move किसका है? Is it white to move or black to move? I'll say, okay, it's black to move because now black can actually castle and catch up on development. So what do you think? What's the development scene here?
Black is more developed.
Yeah, it seems like.
Yes. And also it's his move, so maybe he can castle. And
Yeah.
imagine, okay, I'm just giving you a hypothetical situation to explain how development imbalance work. I make the move a4. I want to say gain more space on the queen side. And now you realize, oh my god, I have a huge lead in development. I have castled, I have two pieces out. White's king is. How do you play as black here? Like the move should instantly hit your head immediately.
Pawn f6.
Very good. Excellent. It's like when you are ahead in development, open the position. And here this opens up no matter what white does. Either you will take opening up this rook, or if he takes, you take with the queen, and suddenly this is hanging, and it's already lost position for for white. So this is how imbalances can really give you good ideas. Let's go to, so development wise black is doing well, so white must catch up very quickly, like play knight f3 and so on. Initiative, what does initiative mean, and who has the initiative in this position?
I think nobody has the initiative. Nothing is happening.
Exactly. Here, initiative is the ability to create threats and make your opponent respond to them. So if suppose after castle a4 f6, I would say black has the initiative, because he's now forcing white to respond. Either I will take and take your pawn, or if you take, now I take with the queen. I'll take with the queen, and now I'm attacking fc3. So you see, it's like the initiative is with white, and he must keep it going, that way. And the last part is king safety here. What do you think?
Black king is way safer.
Possibly, but I would say that let's imagine a scenario where castles, knight f3. I'm just making random moves, not taking this way. I would say now suddenly this king feels a slightly more pressure because of this bishop looking at him, and this king is very safe. So you can say king safety. It's too early to judge because we need a few more moves, but it's true that right now this king will take 2 moves to castle, 3 moves, while this king is ready to castle. So based on all these 8 factors we analyzed, who do you think is better? The final aim of this entire theory is to evaluate a position. How can you evaluate and come up with a move?
I have a feeling like white does not really have a great move ahead. It still has to like develop and all, but black can start just castle and start pushing f6. So that gives a slight edge to black, but like it must be equalish. I feel almost equalish right now.
Okay.
I think little more than slight.
I think we should give points like minor pieces. You had said white, yes.
Vaibhav is better.
White.
Yeah.
Pawn structure, you had said black.
Yeah.
Material is equal, so we can just put equal. Space is white.
Hey, there's a glitch on the screen, is it? No, we can't see the after 5. I cannot see. I don't know.
Yeah. What is that?
It's your video actually.
Oh, okay.
Control of an open file or key square. I think no one has it right now. Development, black. Initiative right now, no one. And king safety is also quite a complex thing. Sometimes it's very difficult to say what's happening. So maybe we can give it right now like equal, because giving it to black might mean a bit too much. So I have two elements where white is kind of doing well, and 2 elements where black is doing well.
Yeah, but still black is better.
Yes, and now it all boils down to who makes the best use of his imbalance. This is what imbalance can. So अगर आप white हो, you will say मेरा imbalance minor pieces है, I must make use of the bishop pair. White is like, black is like, I have pawn structure advantage, I must make sure these pawns do not undouble. Otherwise, so he will put his knight on b6 and say c4 stop कर दिया मैंने. White says I have space, I want to make good use of it. Black is like, either he will hit back on that imbalance or he will further his own imbalance. And lastly, development. Black is developmentally doing well, so he must play faster.
But somehow the white position looks like there is like it's going to be hard to play. I mean, if you go by the theory, then I know it's equal.
Yeah, I'm also not sure who is better here. I would still say that yes, it's around equal, because everything is kind of nullifying each other, weaknesses with bishop pair and so on.
I have a feeling like after this point, the move that they make, that is going to decide who takes advantage. But like it's a very equalish sort of a thing.
I feel personally, the more static disadvantages you see in the position as a weaker player, the more you are like, this is easier to play. Like when you see these weaknesses, instantly I'll get my rook here, I'll put my knight here, I will attack. But when you see something like bishop pair, it's more like, मैं कैसे use करूँगा इसको? How will I use it?
Yeah.
So that comes with experience. So that's the reason why it's you may feel like this is not a big edge, but it can be.
Like if I was white, I would feel like everything is exposed and I'll start feeling a little panicky.
Yeah.
But if I was black, I would feel much more comfortable because everything is kind of protected and nothing is getting attacked. But I also understand that White has no real threats right now.
Yes, that is true, and I think you're pinning down your thought process well, and this is exactly how people who this only can improve with experience. That's the thing. You cannot keep working on chess like throughout many years and then you say I understood you have to play, you have to use in such positions, lose with white, then suddenly go into an endgame and see the power of two bishops and you learn. Okay, so guys, that was a very long discussion about what we just saw. But I think let's go back to the game now. I would in between try to look at imbalances. Queen d2 was Vaibhav's move.
It was bad move, I feel.
Uh, yeah, sort of. That's what.
The waste, it doesn't do anything.
Just
Like खाली एक pawn बचाने के लिए मैं फालतू में खेला.
हाँ, knight f3 करके just development complete कर लो. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Queen d2, knight b6. I think interesting move. Threatening knight a4, knight c4. Also at some point. Bishop b5. Here I think putting the bishop on b5, again it's like you want to give up your powerful piece. Maybe going a3. Do you think this was better?
हाँ, एक्चुअली मैंने ये देखा ही नहीं था. मैं सोच रहा था ये अपना नाइट को c4 पे ही ला रहा है. मैंने a4 उस टाइम तक देखा ही नहीं था. नेक्स्ट स्टेप आई सॉ a4, so I bought the bishop over there just because I saw that in case I, like, you know, when his knight comes to c4, if I capture it, I can capture back with the queen, exchange the queens right now. Because but then I was like, his knight is still there, so he doesn't lose castling. So I was like trying to find a way to move that knight, create some pressure. I was like, you know what, let's just move and let's see.
Yeah, but bishop b5,
This is
I
a
think
way.
a3 would have given, like, if it takes, you can take back with the queen. And now the imbalance which shines out brightly here is lead in development for black, and white has the bishop pair. So who's going to come out on top will be decided over the next few moves, like castle and f6 and so on.
Yeah. Now I feel like black has like a slight advantage also again, because now he'll push d4. And
Yes,
there's no way
d4, but let's just imagine I go back queen d2. It's not like everything is clear. You know, if white can just play knight f3, bd3 and castle, that means black is in trouble, sort of. Okay, bishop b5, castles. Now knight f3. This is good play by you. a6, you took, and now you just castled, which maybe not the best, but okay. Yeah, a3 should have been played. You know, breaking the pin should have been given priority, I feel. A6 takes castle, and now knight c4. And this is where you know, you should find a good move for white. Better move. Sorry.
I know why I made the mistake, but okay, a better move I have to find.
Yeah, better move for white. Why you made this mistake? Like, why did you give up your pawn?
So I forgot for a second. I was just eyeing कि हाँ अगर मैं knight g5 खेल दूंगा, so there is some threat. But again, then I realized कि knight g5 threat, he just pushes g6 and then I'm done. So then I just realized, oh shit, I lost my pawn also, and that just one push.
But the problem is when he takes this pawn, he attacks your queen, so you don't even have time for knight g5.
Yeah, मतलब मैंने खेल दिया और मैंने realize कि अरे यार, I did not think it through.
It's more like an impulsive decision. Queen c1 was definitely better, and saves the pawn and play on. So take. Now black is in full control. Yeah, here you should have gone queen e3, at least not pinning yourself again, keeping the knight free to move.
Damn. Yes.
This way, now I think black had several ways to win. His move was queen a5, which is pretty good. Also knight a4 looked very strong.
Yeah, I actually thought he will do it. I don't know why he did not.
And now saving the piece is just not possible, because
even I thought that piece is just gone no matter what.
Yeah, this looks bad. Although there are some tactical tricks here, like you can play the move queen d3 maybe here, yeah. And the point is, if he takes on d4, you take his knight here. If he takes on c3, then you take back with the bishop, and you're still fighting in the game. You're just a pawn down. Okay, so queen a5 was good, bd4, and now c5. And this is where I think you played a decent move, a3 attacking. Now let's try to calculate the tactics. What's happening if normal moves are made? Like, let's calculate. Black to move. He played, I think, not a great move, knight c4, blunder. But let's find good move for black.
Okay, so I was thinking, okay, wait, I'll think the through. पहले मैं जो नहीं सोचा था वो भी देख लेते हैं.
Come up with a variation that gives perhaps black a winning advantage.
I thought my major threat was pawn captures on d4.
cd4, then go on. What would you do with white?
He has to capture with the queen to at least stay, or with the knight, either ways, because now the threat is simple that he'll capture my knight without any threats.
Yeah, but if you move your bishop back, like say if you play cd4, knight d4, then I just move my bishop back, or even bishop into c3 is hanging, so then you would lose two pieces, just like cd4, knight d4,
Right.
like take, and then bishop c3.
Now I capture the knight. Yeah.
It's just two pieces down, no, for white. I mean, white just lost two pieces.
Oh, you said a good move for white.
No. I'm just thinking, like, even if you think for black, you need to make the decent move for white. You can't just say, okay, cd4, I will play king h1, then then this goes, and then rook g1. ये तो जीत गया. मतलब, of course, you know this.
Yeah, I felt like I'm losing the piece. Okay, maybe.
a3, here white, of course, black's move cd4, but white will take ab4, right? I mean, this makes sense.
Yeah.
And then did you calculate? So because now it's like he took a piece, you took a piece.
Yeah, now I felt like he just he can either just like capture the knight and then threaten the queen कि मेरा भी threat हो रहा है तो उसका भी जाएगा ही जाएगा. But then it's equalish because वो भी lose किया मैं भी lose किया वैसा वाला.
कैसे equalish? इतना lightly मत लो. You are losing a piece.
Down.
You are losing.
Sorry. मतलब I was like I'm losing the piece nonetheless. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you take here, then CD, and then you are losing a piece fully.
Yeah.
So white will be like, नहीं मुझे piece lose नहीं करना है. I have to fight back. What would white play here?
Oh, white can play queen d4.
Yes, queen d4, but like after queen d4, black just moves his queen and his piece up. So the fighting move should be queen into c3.
Queen c3.
And now what's happening here?
Yeah.
The queen has to run away, but
then you will pick up this knight. So then it's like
yeah.
White has great position. He's also equal pawns. Everything is good.
But he will go knight. He'll go knight a4.
Yeah. Okay. If he goes knight a4,
and then I just.
Then you play. What would you play?
4, 5. Knight queen captures. Pawn captures, is it? Because I'm at least getting a pawn, but.
One move to think is queen into c8. क्योंकि queen मारेगा, rook मारेगा, then queen takes, b takes a5. But it doesn't work. Queen takes. Why?
Because
he captures it back with the rook,
Take
and
then
then
this.
when we take
This is
this, he
this
takes
is
the
at
pawn
least you are
also. We
happy.
lose the
I mean,
pawn.
in general,
हाँ.
piece वापस मिल गया, equal pieces. But you just lose a queen after this. Queen into c8.
Mm, some check somewhere, something will do.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, is it Queen A3?
Here.
No, as in नहीं उससे पहले जब अपना Queen had not taken the bishop.
Yeah, the better move, of course, would have been this. Yes, and actually, this position remains very complicated, and I think White will win back. But I was just asking, like, if I took the bishop, why is this a bad move?
I think queen to c5 check.
Queen to c5, but take.
अरे टेक्स हो गया. चलो भैया घर जाते हैं.
अरे दूसरा चेक दो, दूसरा चेक और एक चेक है.
Queen to d6 check.
Exactly. Check. King here, and then just take this, and you are queen up. So queen a3 would win, but here the problem of entire thing is after ab4, dc3, queen c3, black has exactly a very strong move, not knight a4, because knight a4, queen a3, and you can regain the piece. Not regain actually, yes. I mean, it's still complex. Like queen a3, I was thinking queen b6 check, king h1, and somehow this knight is trapped, on a4. It can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So you may win it. But then he may play bishop d7 and he's still piece up. But there is a very clean way to win here. Not knight a4.
What about queen b6 check now?
Exactly. Check, king h1, and then just put your knight on c4 and your piece up. Everything is controlled, everything is safe, and black will win. So this, I think, was the entire variation which Viraj would have won the game, like at least a piece up, by just taking ab4 and taking here his piece up. You can try for a few tricks, but because there's always this check available, you are not able to get it. So here after a3, knight c4, ab, this started a nice kind of a thing. I think ab was a good move by you. Queen a1, and then he took on d2, and now I was thinking, like, you took very less time and you just took knight d2.
I should have captured the pawn on
Yes,
c5.
yes. Did you consider
I
it?
thought about it, and I was so like pissed off with myself. I was like, "Arey yaar,
You
I
pissed off.
kind of don't know.
This position is still very interesting. Let's do the imbalances method here. Okay, let's look at these 8 points now and try to understand what's happening. First, minor pieces.
Oh, I might.
Minor pieces. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Minor pieces to Vaibhav is superior, but material is low.
Yeah. No, the thing is that this minor piece here is beautiful. This bishop, because it is anchored by the pawns and nicely. This knight, where do you think will stand the best in this position?
At I think bishop to d5 and knight to c5 is. Sorry, bishop to d6.
D6. Okay.
And knight belongs at c5.
Yes, that's a good thing. Or
a4 b6.
A4 b6. Somehow knight is a little bit out of play here. It's a decent square, but I would say d4 is a nice square for the knight. No one can move it. Very strongly placed. Can control these important squares. f5 push kabhi aa sakta hai. It's a nice square. So Vaibhav, minor piece wise, you have nice pieces. His bishop, what do you think about his minor piece?
Oh, it's very inactive.
Yeah, because of these pawns, it's a little bit sad.
Yeah.
Right now. Then we go to second one, which is what is the second point?
Pawn structure.
Pawn structure. Yeah.
Pawn structure. It's obvious pawn structure. Okay.
Yeah.
White pawn structure is bad and sad.
quite bad.
But remember, this pawn is kind of weak.
Yeah, there is one pawn. I mean, I can push b5 and take advantage.
Yes.
Thoda sa start pushing,
Yes.
but still.
It's a very powerful move. So actually, black will try to connect his rooks, but then he's losing his rook here. So actually, we'll come to that part. But you can say that pawn structure wise, this is weak here. These pawns a little bit, like at least double pawn, but a6 is also weak. Then we move to third one, which is what's the third imbalance?
Can't
Space.
remember.
Space. Who has more
Space
space?
or
I think white has cleared more space.
Yes, white has more space here, black has to, but because less pieces, less kids in the house can maneuver more. Last point is material.
control of key squares open file?
Sorry, fourth point is material. We'll come to fifth.
I have a doubt. Like, wait, what do you mean? So, like less kids in the same house, more, but like, इसमें ज़्यादा जगह है और कम लोग हैं तो वो ज़्यादा free move कर रहे हैं
हाँ,
basically,
मतलब
right?
यहाँ पे white has a big palace, पर 3 ही लोग हैं, तो
Right.
white is like कि palace का क्या use है. Black has some
Right.
kind of a 2 BHK apartment, but he's still
उसमें भी
happy
तीन ही लोग.
because there are only 3 people. Imagine there was a knight here, another knight here, another queen here, and then we're like,
Yeah.
black is like, "Arey, I also need more
So
space."
when you ask that when the space is cramped, exchanging pieces is a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
When you're cramped. So actually black is happy here, although he has less space. I don't think black has too much to complain about because there are less pieces. Moving to material, I think the overriding factor of imbalance in this position is material. Kyuki it's like black is an exchange up. So
Do you think I should have captured if I got a chance over here? Like if this was the position?
yeah, of course. You should take back your material. Then it would be a nice position for you. He would of course move his rook.
अभी तो black to move
He
है.
would
हाँ.
move his rook. Coming to important key open files, key squares in the position.
Yeah, the bishop controls some key squares.
Yeah.
White's bishop. But black's pawns also control some key squares.
Yeah, this looks like a little bit of weak square here in c4. This is a nice square for a white knight.
I think it's equal control of key squares.
Okay, key squares, but open files?
Open files.
Mainly, this entire thing where you do equal or this, it's more like jotting down rather than saying it's equal or not. You just jot down everything objectively without any prejudice, like, okay, this is a weak square, this is a weak square, f5 could become potentially weak, is there any other weakness, so on, like just jot down so that it can be used somewhere.
Yeah.
Semi-open file for white. This is a weak pawn here on an open file, so always that is one thing. This is another semi-open file for black. This could become a semi-open file, but just too strong a pawn here, so nothing much. Just to keep in mind that black would like to put his rook here, somehow attack here. White would like to attack down this file. Lastly, development. Nothing much so important because both sides are decently developed.
I have a feeling the only slight advantage is that maybe white ka bishop does not have too many squares too. But I think if he
Black,
puts
you
it
mean?
on, black. If he puts it on b7, then the push of d4, pawn d4 might be a good.
Very good. When you think this way, you should then try to stop it. Like knight e2, bishop यहाँ आ गया, block कर दो, and
Already block कर दो.
that way it's a good way to think. Yeah, so in terms of development, nothing much is happening. White may have a small edge, but not something substantial. Initiative, I think white has it right now. It's attacking the rook, asking black to move. After it moves, you go b5. So basically, you're calling the shots. And then if he doesn't take, you push on and you got a passed pawn.
Right.
So that's how initiative. And the last thing is king safety. What do you think?
Black king is way safer, man.
Safer.
In this position, I would prefer White's king because he can move no one can checkmate him. It's like end game. So king safety becomes little less important, and Black king becomes more like passive piece because this bishop stops it from coming in.
Yeah,
Okay, guys. So
I don't
I
know.
think we did a lot of things, and here it was right to capture on c5. Would have given black still an edge, but white is fighting. You took on d2, cd, knight e2, bishop d7. Takes here still some fight left. Not so trivial. You should have gone perhaps knight b3 with the idea of putting your knight on c5. So like something like knight b3, rook c8, knight c5, then putting pawn on c3. Everything is like
Yeah.
he will do this. He will do a4. He will try to open up things. Oh no,
Yeah.
but a5 is not possible here. This is hanging, so have to be careful. Um, I think white can still fight. That's the only thing.
अभी तो मैं रिजाइन नहीं किया, मेरे को लगा कुछ कुछ तो हो सकता है.
हाँ ना, और इधर एकदम ही हो गया, मतलब ही जस्ट ब्लंडर्ड
Yeah.
completely. You could have taken this, take, and knight c2, and you would have, I think, good winning chances now. Two knights versus rook, plus very nice outposts like knight b3 से जाके c5 या a5, knight d4, king can come slowly. I think white would win this.
Yeah.
But this was unexpected, yeah, like bishop f5 giving up this rook completely. But anyway,
With the pawn.
okay, and here you resigned the game.
Yeah.
Can we? I think Sagar, there's a mistake in your stream. The stream is called Improving Chess. Can you just rename it to Not Improving?
Deteriorating rules of chess.
Can we name it as improving chess in future? Like अभी सब ले लो,
Yeah,
भर लो बर्तन, पानी वानी से बाद में यूज करना.
Like Sagar
yeah,
said, कुछ नया सीखो तो एक बार डे पाता है.
Yeah, but I agree with this that sometimes I also understand that there's a lot of things that are being hurled at you. Whether you are taking them in or not is of course a very legitimate question. Um, but yeah, it's also, I mean, we have to see from the viewers. I think viewers, if they are not already slept off after this huge explanation, then if I have received mixed reviews from them. Like some said my rating has improved, some have said it's gone down. So it's also not one way stream there.
yeah.
Okay, so shall we go on? Biswa, I think you're on now to play.
Yeah, I'll just get my laptop stand types and I'll be.
Okay, I just didn't pay attention to the super chat and to the chat for a long time because I was too much engrossed. But Basanyo James says, सागर भाई आप मस्त काम करता है, लो भाई पैसा रखो मेरा, बिस्वा से बोल दो भाई शाउट आउट दे दे. Basanyo James.
Sagar, Masanio James, shout out to you. Keep donating. Keep having fun. Have a good day, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's go, Biswa. It's your time to shine.
All right. Okay.
I'll just go to community and see this work on.
Yeah, I'm just going to community right now. Room comedians. Who wanted to play today?
Oh, that's the thing I keep forgetting. What are
Okay, I'll see who is sending me invitation or something.
उसी के साथ
Karthik is sending, Precog is sending.
Karthik, I think, was
Creative Noob
played.
is sending.
Creative Noob, you can. I think, have you played with him before?
I have played him.
You played. I think Karthik, we played yesterday. Someone played with him. Is there anyone else?
Bhayanak Moth is there.
Yeah.
Precog is there. Kappa is there.
Maybe Kappa you can play, yeah? Or maybe he's played with you already.
Kappa is played.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry, whoever asked to play before, I have forgotten your name. Anish, was it? No.
Ashish Prasad. Ashish
was-
Prasad is there?
No, it's not there. Sorry, guys, I'm going out with Kappa. Okay. Okay, guys, removing headphones.
Okay. Yesterday, Kappa had sent a question, and unfortunately, I couldn't respond to it and I forgot to respond. So maybe Kappa, this is a good way to say that. Oh, Biswa again played the same opening which we discussed. Are you able to follow Biswa on the board or on screen share? Where are you following?
I'm following him on the ChessBase website.
Okay, then I will stop screen share so that your videos can be bigger. I don't like this opening, Vaibhav, which is like you play pawn to d5 and that allows white to take on d5 and you have to capture back with a piece, which gives white the center. Your mic is muted.
Sorry, I was just sharing my screen. Can you repeat once again? What did you say?
I mean, when you go to the first move like d4, knight f6, c4, d5, I think it should be prefaced with a pawn like e6 or c6 because d5 directly means cd5 and you lose the center. You have to take back with the knight. That's what I am not. But okay, let's put Biswa on black side here so you can follow him. Okay, so this is something we discussed. I'm very happy that Biswa continued with e6, bishop e7 and castles, and now we had mentioned that the other way to continue development is to put pawn b6, bb7, knight d7 and c5. So let's see if Biswa continues. Okay, knight e4. It's not always a good idea to move the same piece twice in the opening. Like you already have developed it, why to move it again? So maybe b6 was better. Hemant Kamant was another one. Well, Hemant, hopefully tomorrow we can play you.
I think bishop b2 and knight d2 मतलब उसका knight का वो pawn जाएगा एक extra.
Yeah. Bishop b2 is and knight d2 are good options, or bishop b2 and knight c3. Like put the bishop here and put the knight here or here. Looks good.
Do you think अभी अगर knight f d2?
Yeah, why do you want to play this knight?
So that I can push f and start opening. उसका उस side से खुला हुआ है, but मैं इधर से खोल दूँ.
The only problem with this is that you're moving your developed piece, so you can fall back in development. That's the only thing. And in opening, it's a good idea to move new pieces. I like how Biswa is playing. In fact, here to queen c2, another idea. Here, let's just go back and say stop receiving moves. Can you think of another idea here, Vaibhav? Instead of knight f6, this knight is being attacked twice, like bishop e4, pawn e4, queen e4. So how do you?
For black,
yeah,
right?
for black. Biswa played knight f6 in the game. Is there any other move you can think of? It leads to a stonewall setup. Have you heard of stonewall?
Yeah, it looks like Toblerone as triangles.
So what should black play here to get a stonewall like setup?
G6, right?
Yeah, G6 then, but the knight pawn is hanging. So F5. You mean you can't see the position, right? I'm not shared my board with you. So I'm talking about move number 8.
Should I move number 8? Can I go back on his game? I don't know. Oh yeah, I can. One sec.
So,
but I don't know which move number it is.
Move number 8, F5.
How do I know what move number
Maybe
it is?
I can share the screen. It's easier.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah, this move F5 is what I thought was nice here.
Okay.
But okay, Biswa played knight d f6, which is also perfectly legitimate move. Bishop b2. Now let's go to the live board. A lot of moves have happened. Now after this, bishop b2, Biswa played a good move, b6, very nice. I like here how he's playing. Knight e5, bishop b7, f3, and now knight to g5. Why? I think just bringing back the knight to d6 would have been much better. But knight g5, and now Vaibhav, can you spot how white wins a piece?
Wait, उसने knight g5 कर दिया,
हाँ.
मेरे दिख नहीं रहा अभी.
He's played it. Biswa's last move was knight to g5, and now he's losing a piece. I hope Kappa is not listening to the stream. Yeah, that's the problem, Biswa. Your knight is trapped on g5. This is a very common way. Now he will learn a new theme, which is like this knight doesn't have this square, this square, this square. h4 is just...
Oh, Biswa is black.
Yeah, Biswa is black.
I've been thinking that Biswa is white for a long time. Shit.
Yeah, h4.
White has very good chances of. तो piece down हो गया.
Piece मर रहा है. And he shouldn't have gone knight g5. He should have knight d6, come back. Yeah, Kappa has done well in this game. But I think if Biswa would have gone knight d6 here, black's position is very nice. Everything is developed. Next move, he can go c5, gaining more space in the center. Yeah, this some small tactical errors is what has to be somehow sorted, but it's very difficult to get rid of them. Okay, he took with the pawn. So some chances now, because this pawn here is weak on h4. Also, I mean, the king looks slightly exposed for now. It's exposed. You may feel so, but the queen can always jump here and defend it. So yeah, good move by Biswa. Just, I think even giving up this pawn on h7 with a check is okay, because you just move the king, and then cd. Okay, it's turning out to be an exciting game actually. Maybe take back with... I would love to take back with the bishop, because it keeps the bishop open, but then he can push you back with e4. But if you take with the pawn, the bishop is closed. So every move has its upsides and downsides. Oh, but g6 was not good. I mean, it's like Biswa said, oh, my pawn on h7 was hanging, I will just move the pawn. This sort of...
Do you think he pushed that pawn? Sorry, complete.
Yeah, no, he saw that h7 is hanging and he just played it. It's like your move, which was like in the last game, queen d3, देखा h7 पे mate है, queen moves, and oh, b2 मर रहा है. Sometimes these moves which are just coming out of this...
Do you think he played it because he thought that he still has, वो bishop का open file मिलना ज़्यादा important है, by taking a pawn?
Possibly, but I think more it was like, oh, h7 pawn was hanging, I had not seen it before, now I saw it, let me save it. Something like that happened.
Yeah, okay.
And now the problem is the king can move somewhere. He played to g7, but now this bishop b2 starts looking at the king, like on this diagonal. It's a little bit scary.
Oh,
it's a little bit scary, but you can always bring your bishop back. Also, a bit of a danger for white is now his king is a little... Oh my god, look at this bishop on b7 now. It has a full diagonal. Yeah. Let's see if
you can somehow get the queen into the game, that's
game over. f4 is a very risky move. Very risky.
Should he go queen c8?
Queen c8 is a very interesting move. Yeah, very very nice suggestion. Threatening queen h3 or queen g4 तो नहीं आ रहा है, क्योंकि knight controls that square. बट
एक्चुअली वो क्वीन मेरे को लगता है वो वहां आते ही वो बस क्वीन अपने किंग और उसके क्वीन के बीच में ले आएगा, लाइक ही
नो,
माइट जस्ट
वेयर
गो
वेयर
एच।
G2, because bishop on B7 is, oh, queen D5 by Biswa, but what,
Oh, that's actually even
no,
more
but
aggressive. Oh,
E4,
but he just yeah,
E4,
E4,
E4 is there.
yeah, scam. ये वो था इंस्टिंक्ट वाला कि हाँ चेकमेट हेड कर रहे हैं.
He's like, ओ अगर देखेगा नहीं तो H1 पे मेट होगा, बट आई एम श्योर ब्लैक विल स्पॉट इट, वाइट विल स्पॉट इट. Kappa has played pretty decently. He will spot this. E4, queen E6. I think that could be an idea. Like E4, then get your
हाँ.
queen back to E6 with the idea of queen H3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, rook F3. Rook F3. Oh my
Did he just
god.
blunder the
No, no,
piece?
no.
नहीं
Knight
नहीं
is
नहीं.
there.
Oh,
But
okay, yeah.
but it looks so risky. It looks so risky. How about,
Isn't it actually good now? He just protects that queen to H3 forever.
yeah, this is like winning a pawn, seems like a decent move. Maybe
Yeah.
bishop. Oh, bishop C4. This is
Oh.
no, but it's not over. It's not very clear what's happening here. Let's hope Biswa doesn't give up here. How about queen to A5, but then bishop C3, and I can't get queen E1 check.
Sorry, queen E5 and then what? E5.
Yeah, I was playing queen
Queen
A5,
A5
and
and
if
E1.
he takes the rook, then
E1.
queen E1 check and with a mating attack. But
He brings back the rook.
sorry,
He brings back the rook. आप बोल रहे
नहीं
हो ना?
रुक वापस नहीं, वो क्वीन A5 कोई बिशप C3 खेल के वो स्टॉप कर देगा, लाइक बिशप C3 अटैक द
Oh
क्वीन.
yeah.
This all hinges now on you know how you can see that white's rook and knight are undeveloped. So even though black may lose material, there's still some
Yeah.
chances because white is so
Yeah.
undeveloped. But not a good. There is no good square for the queen to go to. Where to go? I took on F3.
He had no option, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
दो piece, but
But अभी रुक भी मर रहा है.
yeah.
Yeah, now he's just what? He is
Trying.
too low on material.
Yeah.
Oh, he lost on.
It's amazing how this whole dominoes effect of losing happens. You lose one,
Yes.
then you lose confidence, and then the other, and then the other.
Yeah. But what I like about you guys is that you don't even express so much. Like when you are losing, I don't even realize. Like right now, look at Biswa. He was the same when he had all the pieces. He's still the same when he's lost so many pieces. So I don't realize like whether he's upset or he's. It's not easy to decode.
ये I don't know if it is common between us, but a lot of times I feel like emotions have been drawn out of us during the IIT coaching days.
So you also were into IIT, yeah, training.
Yeah, IIT Roorkee. Training या IIT Roorkee में था मैं.
अच्छा, but you said you do architecture.
Yeah, IIT Roorkee में architecture किया मैंने.
अच्छा, okay. So it was like engineering.
Yeah, so it is technically not, it's the same exam, IIT JEE वाला एग्जाम है, but एक और एग्जाम देना पड़ता है उसके बाद साथ में और. So rank same मिलता है IIT JEE वाला ही, but you have to give another exam of design
Ah,
to go to architecture.
okay.
It's one of the courses offered in.
I thought you gave IIT exam, you qualified for it, then you went to the college and then you said नहीं ये मजा नहीं आ रहा, I want to become an architect, and then you did something like that.
Oh no. I took architecture in IIT Roorkee. Yeah.
Biswa is fighting, he's like मेरी छोटी आर्मी है 4 पीस की, 2 रुक,
हाँ
एक बिशप.
4 पीसेस है ना, तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि चलो अगर वो गलती 2-3 ब्लंडर कर देगा तो भी कुछ है, यू कैन स्टिल
बट दिस
होप फॉर अ
ये
मिरेकल,
पॉन
बट
आगे
या
बढ़ने के बाद एक पीस बंद हो जाता है, प्लस इट अनलिशेस दिस बिशप ऑन द किंग. सो
मतलब हारा हुआ तो 100% है, नो डाउट अबाउट इट,
Yeah.
कोई चांस ही नहीं है. बट oh man, he is playing really tight. कप्पा करना यार, तू देख रहा है तो 2-3 गलती कर यार, गेम को इंटरेस्टिंग बना थोड़ा.
Learn from Samay how to make game
हाँ,
interesting.
क्वीन समय का इंटरेस्टिंग का डेफिनेशंस भी बहुत अलग है. कल गेम खत्म होने के बाद हम लोग वो खेले, वापस मैं D4 खेला. मैं वाइट था, मैं D4 खेला, तो ही प्लेड किंग्स इंडियन बिकॉज ही सेड ना
Yeah,
ही
yeah.
लर्न. और वो पहला मतलब शायद 10-12 मूव के बाद ही हैड टू रिजाइन.
Really?
या एंड देन वापस वो उसको वाइट मिला, तो वो रिजाइन कर दिया, बोला अबॉर्ट कर दिया, बोला नहीं तू तू वाइट खेल और मेरे को ये. मैं फिर वापस खेला, and then we came to a very equalish position where I feel I had more space, like हल्का सा slight advantage in the position, and then my internet got lost.
Oh.
तो मैं बोला कि वो बोला किंग्स इंडियन मस्त है. मैं बोला अभी तो तू हारा था इससे.
No, it gives him this attacking chances and this aggressive setup which he likes,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. I mean every position has like pros and cons, वो तो है.
It's not about results for him. For I think for Sama it's more like if there is fun in the opening, I will play it. Like I win or lose is a little bit secondary, I think.
Actually I wanted to ask, like मैं अभी तक भी बताया, I don't know, there's this aversion in me in general in life कि मैं कोई भी रूल ऐसे समझने की कोशिश ही नहीं करता. जैसे आप मेरे को बहुत सारे रूल्स भी बता दोगे ना, कि जैसे ओपनिंग अभी तक it's been about 3 years that I've been playing almost regularly, but I still don't know a single opening by heart, like कि हाँ ये होना चाहिए, ये इसको ये बोलते हैं. I don't learn it at all.
It's a good
I don't
approach.
know.
I would say it's not a bad approach to have this to
But
I
yeah,
think you learn more like experience. If you experience, you do it. I maybe we can come to this question, Vaibhav.
yeah,
It's a very interesting one.
after the
Yeah,
game, yeah.
Biswa, what do you have to say about the game? How was it?
Biswa, you muted. Huh. Hello, can you hear us?
I hold on.
Yeah. So coming back to your question, Vaibhav, it's like you are saying if someone comes and preaches to you something, okay, and tells you something or teaches you something, you are more like I need to experience it to play it, like something like this, more than saying I will take it on face value.
I think I take it on face value. I believe it because I see logic in it. I completely agree what you say, but my implementation method is that I have to use it and find the flaw in what I do naturally to see that, oh, this is the mistake
Yeah.
that I'm doing, and then implement
Yeah,
that rule.
it's a
So
I would say it's a very legitimate way, but it's a slow way because
it's a very slow way.
you will
Yeah,
have to experience all spectrum of things before you move
yeah,
on.
absolutely.
And I think
Hello.
Hello, guys.
that's where the coach comes into the picture, where he speeds up the things. But then
Yeah,
you have to have a little bit of faith कि हाँ ये जो बोल रहा है वो सही होगा. I have to take it. But
absolutely.
okay,
Hey, buddy.
Biswa,
Hello.
how was your game?
Well,
Mm.
not
We saw
improving
it.
at chess as clearly what to say.
Mm.
I believe that it was a very good opening that you played. First of all, D4. I think you can see my screen. No, you can't see my screen. 1 second. Can I? Now you can see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now I can.
Make it a little bigger. Yeah, D4, Knight F6, and this is what I don't want you to do, which is C4 D5. You know, either play E6 and then D5, or play C6 and then D5. Like, because the problem with direct D5 is I don't like if he takes.
What?
Then we take back with knight.
Yeah, and then somehow these two central pawns, like if he plays E4, you have to go back, and then without any reason you gave up the center to white.
Okay.
So why don't you anyway played like after E3 E6, so start with E6 and whatever he does next move go D5.
Got it.
So D5, knight E3, E6. Here I was very happy with this entire thing where you played all developing moves and castled.
This is the Nimzo Indian, right?
It's the Queen's Gambit declined, sort of. If the bishop goes to B4, it's more Nimzo Indian.
Got it.
So bishop B3, bishop D3. Now knight E4. Why knight E4?
Just wanted to exchange his bishop with my knight by.
अरे पर वो थोड़ी ना मारेगा. Like it's like he will take. ऐसा तो जरूरी नहीं है.
Yeah. Also, I thought some initiative, some move I have to make.
It's not a bad move,
Uh,
but you
I could have developed my other knight, but I was like, there's nothing to do for the other knight. Why do I bring him? What do I do?
development in itself often is an aim in the game, so it's like, you don't know what's happening. By the way, Kappa32 has said thanks for the game, Biswa. Kappa, you can mention how was your experience of playing this game, because I think it was quite tense at until a point. um, Knight e4 is breaking one rule, which is like, don't move the same piece twice in the opening if not required.
Got
And
it.
here maybe knight d7, just developing would be good. Or if you're not sure if knight
Yeah.
is good here or here, just play b6 and get your bishop out, and then we'll see what to do. So knight e4, not bad. Castles, knight d7, queen c2, and here you played knight f6, which is again a good move. I was asking Vaibhav how to build a stone wall setup here.
That what is that? F3 pawn?
You mean f7?
No, sorry, not F7. Yeah, this is black side. Okay, C3 pawn. I was thinking.
c3, which? This one?
Sorry, C6.
Yeah, c6, but then this pawn is hanging here, so that's why first this knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, so first f5 and then you play c6. So this is like stonewall, and it's a nice decent way to play, not bad. Okay, I have one question now. Okay, this let's see if you put to use all your learning. It's a positional exercise here. White to move, what should white play in this position? Try to think carefully, and let's come think about all the imbalances, minor pieces, pawn structure, material, space, open files, key squares, development, initiative, king safety, and try to go step by step. First minor pieces, and then come up with a very good move for white.
C takes on D5.
And after e takes d5,
Um,
yeah, knight e5, knight c3 have been suggested in the chat. These are all normal moves, developing moves, but something really nice. So
Is it C5? C5?
c5 is like we discussed last time, little bit loses the tension in the position.
Oh, sorry for white. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for white. I meant for black. Galti se.
Okay,
My
okay,
bad.
here white to move.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about minor pieces, which are the minor pieces which are good on the board, which are the minor pieces which are bad?
So,
all are good. Knights are bad. Bishops are good.
as in, the bishop can develop on a diagonal for white, but I don't know.
Which
Very
is
nice. वाला
which
चीज
is a
तो नहीं
good
आ रहा उसका.
good bishop for white, for black, which is the bad bishop for black?
For black,
Black square is a good
Yes,
bishop.
this is a good
yeah,
bishop.
Light
white
square.
square is a bad
Because
bishop.
all these pawns are on light square, so this bishop's mobility is limited. This bishop has free diagonals everywhere, while for white, which is a good bishop, which is a bad bishop?
Dark square is a better
Bad
bishop.
one.
This is,
Dark square is a better bishop than this one at least.
you can say,
The light one.
you are saying so
Second,
because
yeah,
of this knight here, but if you
yeah,
think about it, we can always
capture it.
push this knight or capture it. What
Yeah,
takes time to move are these pawns which are fixed. So that's why this bishop's mobility is limited because of these pawns. So now,
Got if you okay, the board is ulta no. Okay. H3, bishop H3. अरे बाप रे बाप, bishop A3.
very good. Bishop a3 is a nice move, and you can only come to it with by this method of imbalance. Like you see, okay, iska bishop acha hai, mera itna acha nahi. Let's exchange it, and now you are left with a nice bishop as compared to quite a poor one. And you see, this was not a tack. There was no check. There was no capture. There was no threat. Yet this was a good move. That's why we learned this method of imbalances. When there is no check, capture, threat, or this, you can start using this technique. Okay, so so he played here knight f6, which is fine. Bishop b2, b6, very good, excellent move. I was very happy to see that you are developing your bishop here on this diagonal, and now after knight e5, you finished your development. I think this is one of the best openings you have played, apart from the second move where you played d5 directly. I think this was a very well played opening. f3, and now I didn't like the next move. I think. It's a very common theme that when you're pushed with the knight, don't go to g5 because it kind of traps you. So now you know it. Where do you go with your knight?
This one looks like the only logical square.
There's only one square, no?
D3, D6.
Yes, very good. D6 and
I didn't go there because I thought knight will become not active. All that.
yeah, but it is alive.
Got it.
And here, if you do nothing, like let's say you develop something like this, then you can already push c5, which seems like a good move, or you can take on c4. Let's say knight takes c4 and play c5, and I already feel like black's position is just more harmonious, somehow very nice. This bishop is working well, these two knights, everything is good. It looks nice.
But then
But then came knight g5, and I think full credit to Kappa for finding the move h4. Very strong move. And then Biswa took on f3. I think, yeah, I tried to look at some way in which you could get more compensation for losing the piece. Like, is it good to sacrifice the knight here and
thought about that also.
ruin his structure? But
then I was like, I am not sure if this gives any advantage.
yeah.
So I thought maybe this pawn is in the diagonal of the bishop, so
Yeah. So take.
something will happen.
And yeah, knight h5, I think was a more. I like this move, although you were giving up the h7 pawn, which you hadn't noticed, which you noticed on the next move here, and you're like, oh my god, mera ye pawn mar raha hai. I should save it, and you push g6. I believe this was your thought process. It's like,
Yeah.
here moving the knight, you didn't spot it, but actually
Yeah.
it's okay. Even if he took it, you go here. This pawn was sort of inconsequential. You now take this, try to get your queen in. It's like you are now in emergency mode. So
Yeah.
anyway, it should be okay. But CD g6, I did not like. Just take here. It's okay to give up that pawn, or take with the bishop.
Yeah, I thought some mating idea might come, so whatever. Okay.
How can he mate you here?
Don't know. I have been mated like this before by Vaibhav. I was too scared.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But here already you should remember that if you play normally, you will lose because you are already piece down.
Yeah.
So take
Yeah.
bishop h4 here, king g7, and I liked how Kappa maintained control. Here actually Vaibhav's suggestion was queen c8,
Nice.
angling to get into h3.
Yeah,
There
nice
are
idea.
ways in which white can try to prevent it, like for example sacking a pawn with f5, at the very least blocking this diagonal. But your move queen d5 was interesting. I don't know why Kappa did not play e4.
Yeah, I also thought he'll play that only after moving.
E4, queen e6. maybe trying to get the queen here.
He pushes the pawn further
Yeah,
back.
f5, then I take here. If you take here, then I again try to get it like this. But if you take with the rook, then I think it's bad for me. Like this looks good for white. But still, it's messy. Yeah, the position is quite messed up.
The
Like knight g3 perhaps. Okay, so rook f3. Rook f7 was interesting by Biswa because if knight takes, then queen f3 is great position for black. But maybe Biswa, this rook f7 के जगह और कुछ हो सकता है क्या? Like can you do something else, because this allowed bishop c4, which was again nicely spotted by your opponent. I don't know if something exists here.
Maybe queen to e3, e6.
Yeah, possible. But now all the squares are, you want to take this rook. Yeah, looks much better than, but yeah, let's look at d5 perhaps could be a problem, like opening up this bishop's diagonal, like d5.
Yeah, it's very hard to convert this into anything.
Yeah, this somehow your king is too exposed with this bishop looking here. Like if you take with the queen, I could give a very deadly discovered attack like this and then pick up, and then try to pick up your bishop. If you play bishop f6, then I can exchange perhaps and then go back. It looks surely suspect for black. He played rook f7, bishop c4, you went takes. I think I was thinking of queen a5, threatening a mate here, sort of check in, but then he just goes bishop c3 and you are left without any play. Take rook e7. Yeah, this was another piece lost, and I think you tried.
Game was over after that bishop.
You tried, but it was not possible. Okay, good. I like the opening. It was interesting. Of course, this is not easy to know, this trap like knight g5, h4, unless you calculate. But now you know. So next time you'll go back here. They say something like the number of possibilities or combinations or so possible moves are more than atoms in the universe, like in chess. So if you find one pattern each day, maybe it takes a lot of time to.
Yeah. No, I think, but before these classes, I would have generally played very defensive. But now I've understood that only chance is an active play in these kind of positions. So I was like, maybe all I can do is just keep threatening some kind of mate or something somewhere. So that is like the improvement, I would say.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not able to convert it yet. Because this player is very good.
He's good, and also I believe that you guys are learning things, and it's very difficult. Plus, this viewers are watching, plus games are being analyzed. So I don't really take these games as the most important assessment of your real strength. But I think a good metrics would be your rating, online rating. That should keep improving. If that is also not improving, then you need to understand what's going wrong there.
Got it.
By the way, there was one person, I think, who sent a super chat and said, please give homework to Biswa and Vaibhav. And I think they are doing a lot of homework in general. They're playing a lot of chess. So I think that's the main homework. Keep playing chess, keep playing serious games. That would really help. Garage.
I had a question, Sagar. Do you think what time limit games, what kind of game should we play more?
I think
like
15 minutes plus 10 seconds increment is a good time right now. 10 plus 0 somehow is also now, earlier I used to feel you guys were coming under time pressure and losing. Now at least that is not happening. Like you guys are able to finish the game in 10 minutes. So all those
Okay.
online tournaments to fix Biswa's time pressure and all, I think has worked. Biswa,
Yeah,
you are coming less under time pressure.
yeah. I think speed is much less important for me than better moves. So I'll just play slow games for now.
Yeah,
Maybe it'll take a year or two, but these kind of, I think you can play fast games once you have like common patterns in your
yes.
head. You can like make 3, 4 sequential moves in one
Yeah.
go. But right now, I'm looking for every move. So there is no point of developing the bad habit of playing fast.
Yes, don't develop a habit, but always know that this is something that is good not to end up in time pressure. And
Yeah.
and the last thing is to keep Vaibhav. Maybe you should do that tactic sprint. Keep doing that,
Yeah.
because that really small patterns like mate in one, mate in two, and you can spot them on your games. Also, Biswa, you can try it out, the tactic sprint.
Hmm.
Sure.
Okay, I think Vaibhav is going to play the tournament today online,
Might.
maybe.
I'm not sure, but I think there's a good chance I might.
Your subscriber?
No, but I want to play. Like, just have a feeling
Did you
of.
register?
No, not yet. I
Hey,
can.
bro, come on.
Not yet. I have to
12
register
o'clock
today.
is the last time, but I think it would be interesting.
I'll just register maybe. हाँ 10 बजे ना ठीक है.
ठीक है.
Vaibhav is from Calcutta and now he's donating to Calcutta from Bombay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Hello, Sagar. Thank you so much,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you for being
Have a
patient.
good day, and see you soon tomorrow. Bye.
I'm sure this is the hardest time for you in the day to
Yeah.
wake up and then see two noobs just destroy chess. So yeah,
Not at all. I believe that along with you, there are another 1,000 people who are learning online. So actually, it's you guys are doing a favor to them as well by waking up each day and keeping this series going. I had in mind that I don't know. 8th is like the lockdown is opening, right? 8th of June, it seems.
slowly, yeah, in many cases.
So we should take a call on when this series, how it's going on. It's great fun for me, but you guys also have to decide how much you have to learn and so on.
Yeah, so
अभी
we
तक
can
तो
do
ऐसा ही लग
some,
रहा है जब तक आप कर रहे हो हम लोग कर लेंगे शायद तक.
because we have been trying to improve for so long, and
Yeah. This is
I'm
the best hope to improve
No,
actually.
this I'm enjoying, but we should also look at it that you guys are getting, because 2 hours of training, although whatever said, I'm teaching and all of that, 2 hours of training is a lot of tiredness. Like if you want to do something else in the day, it can be tiresome for you guys also. So we will discuss about it.
true. We'll,
Sorry.
we'll see. We'll see.
We
I
at
Yeah.
think
least
I
we
think
at
we're good
least
for
do
now.
two more to reach 20. So today is 18, so 19, 20 for sure, and then we talk again. But thanks so much for
Thank you,
joining in,
Sagar.
and see you. Bye. Okay, guys, that was very nice. Garage Gaming, Garage PC. Thank you for your super chat. PewDiePie says, please do one vision training. Please request. What is vision training? You mean the notation board? Okay, we can do that tomorrow. And yeah, so guys, it was a tough day. I think the imbalances thing, learning all of these points that you can see on your screen here, was not at all easy for both Vaibhav and Biswa, because you see these points here. It's quite difficult, but they're learning a lot. They're working hard, and I think it's fantastic, the dedication with which they are doing this. They are not even chess players. They just love chess, and yet they wake up each morning to learn. I think we should all be grateful to them for doing this, so that we all can learn together. And let's meet each other at 2 p.m. today for my opening training, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye. See you, and